Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy on the channel. We cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We are live. We are live tonight, guys. We have a great show for you guys today. We have some amazing topics lined up. We're going to be doing some Q&A. It's going to be a really fun episode, and we do have some giveaways. We have some giveaways to do. So as always, just drop your name drop your Twitter handle in the comments, and we will put them on a wheel and we will spin that thing. We might do also maybe some trivia. It's gonna be really fun. So I want to get this show started as soon as possible. Let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's up?
So we got the ETF first day of the ETFs. What's your opinions? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. It was remember how I kind of said that it was going to be baked in initially?
Yeah.
I feel like that happened a bit. I mean, you saw your candles, right? Your wicks shot up to, I think it shot up to like 40, almost 49.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of just misunderstanding of like how it works, right? Because they get their orders in during the daytime, during the business hours, and then they purchase the spot afterwards, right? So,
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes a big difference. So, like during the day, whenever it pumped, it's probably more of speculation, right? Oh, we think that it's going to pump up. Maybe it's even market makers trying to like get retail excited, pump it up, and then all of a sudden they liquidated, right? So I think that's what's happening. Also, a lot of people are talking about, now Grayscale, the GBTC, you're able to sell it at a premium versus a discount, so a lot of people are probably offloading that, and it's kind of balancing out. So how'd you feel about it?
Good, man. And so I had a question today from somebody. We were just talking, and he was like, why is Grayscale charging 1.5%, and these other ETFs going 0.25, 0.8? They're really low. And my answer to that, and I'm actually curious to what do you think? Because we don't know for sure, but I think it's because Grayscale is its own custodian. I think that is why the price of Grayscale is a lot higher, the transaction fee. Because they're the one of the 11 that is not using Coinbase as that custodian. And so basically, I think Grayscale thinks that yes, going into this ETF, you're gonna be paying the 0.25 or the really cheap fees, but eventually Coinbase is going to raise its fee because it's getting a lot of people using it. So what normally happens when a company gets a lot of they're doing a lot they've raised their prices, right? So potentially, I think Grayscale thinks that Coinbase is going to raise their prices, which is going to end up raising them anyway. What's your opinion on
that? It really depends, right? Because like I don't think Coinbase is going to raise any type of agreement fee on BlackRock. That's just too much volume that comes in, right, for them.
Yeah.
And so for them, that's a huge client, right? So they know that the volume that BlackRock's going to bring is going to make them enough money. But possibly with some of these smaller firms that they have different agreements with, But I don't know, with Grayscale, I'm not sure why they're charging that much higher, because it is pretty substantial, right? Like you have the lowest, which is 0.25%, which is BlackRock, and then Grayscale being the highest at 1.5%. Then you have a couple in the middle, right? Isn't that what it looked like?
Yeah, it's 0.3, 0.5, is around there. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I think it's who knows, maybe has to do with just them having that like large base already from the GBTC, and their clientele just trust them, but like you would think that if you're dealing in like large amount, like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars in cash, or like transactions, that you want to take that discount with BlackRock, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you have playing with huge money, that's like 1.5%. That's a lot. It's
Yeah.
so
1.25 is the difference. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's a pretty steep discount when you're talking about $1 million.
But they are the only ones not in that Coinbase custodianship, right?
Mhm.
So
That might
if
have
something
something to do with it.
happens to Coinbase, Grayscale has to. I mean, there's a lot of security and stuff that they're having to deal with to be able to be their own custodian, right? I mean, Michael's
Yeah.
been in crypto since 2011, 2012, so I'm sure his security is on point. But with multi-sigs and all that stuff, but at the same time, like it's being your custodian, paying someone else to be the custodian, like Coinbase is probably getting a good portion of that 0.25, right?
Yeah.
Blackscale is offering. So I don't see how Blackscale is actually going to make money unless they're planning to do like hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah, maybe they're also just doing it initially because they know the hype is there and that their
Yeah,
clients want it now, and then they're gonna readjust, right?
but
Because I don't think
that was my point. Like in the beginning, was that I think Sunshine thinks that they'll be there eventually, if not past them. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I was listening to Fred speak today or yesterday, I believe, and he said that it was a mistake that Grayscale's charging that, which, yeah, I can see why he thinks that. And eventually, in the long run, his opinion was that BlackRock's going to eat everybody up, right?
Yeah,
Basically. So we'll
might
see
as
what
well get the
happens, though.
yeah.
I'd love to see kind of behind the scenes, man, like all the sales rooms and stuff, and see
I
how
know.
aggressive they are with their clients right now, because it was a record ETF day in terms
Yeah,
of sales,
yeah.
right? Like, what would they finish at? Like 4 billion?
$4 billion. And it's funny because my wife is in the 401k business, and she actually messaged me today and she said they are already getting questions from advisors wanting the Bitcoin ETF. And then she goes, "This is nuts. I've never seen this before." And then she goes, "That is quicker than I thought it would be. The questions are coming in rapidly."
Yeah,
And she works for a company.
yeah,
I don't want to say the name of the company, but she
yeah.
works for a 401k company, and her job
Like
is to
custodial, like they do they do it for other companies and
if
stuff. Yeah,
well, her job is if you have a problem with your 401k, she'll get your email, and then she has to figure your
yeah.
problem out. You know what I mean? So and so
Imagine,
when
like, so you know how like whenever you're messing with the 401k, whenever you can kind of change the pie percentage of
yep,
what
yep,
you
yep,
want, like how aggressive you want to be. Imagine
yeah,
seeing like Bitcoin, like, or because, like, I mean, there isn't really a sector there, like it's
yeah,
just Bitcoin ETF, right?
yeah,
And so because the other ones are like, more risky with like tech sectors and stuff like that.
yeah,
So but I mean, I believe that's the future, to where you're going to be able to choose that. And last what was it, last bull run, it was unfortunate with the Canadian Teachers Fund or whatever
yeah.
that got compromised, but I think their custodial was like wasn't
FTX,
it,
wasn't it?
or some, yeah, it was FTX,
Yeah,
100%,
yeah,
100%. So I think when you're dealing in TradFi, they fall under the SEC, right?
yeah,
So we'll see if this is like, because I would feel more protected, I guess. I don't know if I would, but like, because of what we've experienced from them.
yeah,
But I mean, the law says, right? So
yeah, man. I want to get your opinion on something real quick before we jump into other things. So this is the BTC chart on TradingView. You remember that thing I think you showed me? It was like disbelief and stuff like that.
yeah.
Are we in that next layer now?
Is that the daily?
So this is the weekly.
That's the weekly chart.
That's the
So
weekly,
that goes
brother.
all the way back to 2013 then, or what?
This goes back to 2021. 2020, really. Yeah, November 2020.
Okay.
I mean, I can go deeper.
No, okay, you zoomed in big time. Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I mean, it looks like it, to be honest. If you want me to
yeah,
pull that up,
yeah. Bring that up.
the Wall Street psychology is what it is. Wall Street psychology chart. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it
Dude,
up real
that is
quick.
beautiful, man. I'm loving this right now. Obviously, we could see come back down, but like a lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of TA guys. They're grabbing this. Well, yeah,
So
there you go.
sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No,
But
it's
like,
okay.
if you can see right here, it's like you go through the bull, and then you get down to the depression, and then like the disbelief is like, oh, it's a sucker's rally. actually, what you pulled up is more like we're in this kind of like, okay, optimism. This rally is real.
Yeah.
Belief. This is going to be spread out more, right? Because this is supposed to be the super cycle.
Yeah.
But I do feel like we're kind of like in this area, probably like here to here.
Yeah.
And then going into, okay, time to get fully invested, right?
Wow, dude, that looks
So,
really similar though. Like, jump
yeah, I'm
back
gonna
to
pull
here
my,
real quick, and then jump back to there. It's
go
pretty
back one more
similar to
time.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just, it's like that, kind of start off, right?
Yeah.
So we'll kind of see, man. But hey, at the end of the day, like, we're out of that harsh bear run, right? Or
Yeah.
the bear market, and we're in the beginnings of a bull market.
Yeah.
And I think like, the saying, timing the market versus time in the market.
Yep.
You got to have both, right? And I think
Yeah.
time in the market will allow you to be better at timing the market.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, you got to have that timing the market. And right now, we're timing the market as this is the start.
Yeah.
Now, how that plays out into the abundance of different assets that are, you got the high risk, the middle curve risk, and then the lower risk. There's going to be a lot of stuff to kind of play. So you still got to have your A game.
Yeah. Dude, and we're so early to this. Like, we haven't even hit that like optimism yet, right? Which do you think the optimism comes like after the halving, or do you think that we get it before the halving? Because
no, I feel like we're at the start of that. Because think about it, like,
okay.
people are you do have like your perma bears that they're always going to be there. Like Whale Wire, that guy kills me, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Like, man, but I feel like he literally does it for the attention and likes and follows and stuff. But you're gonna have those people, right, that are just trying to put bad news out to like try to turn it, but it doesn't turn. And I feel like we're at the beginning of that optimism. This rally is real.
Something like this happening potentially.
Where's that pullback come down to?
I got it coming down to, what is that? I'm on the market cap. That's probably why.
Oh yeah.
Let me go to the other one. But yeah,
I think you can change it there on the right side at the bottom where it says like
I can just grab
the currency section.
There you go. So on the weekly,
and you pulled it down.
Yeah. So here to there.
Was that like 44?
I think it was, and then man, excuse me. Grab the.
You have people like
back down. Yeah, so potentially, maybe 36.7 potentially come back down to, or like 39. Could that be a possibility?
I mean, I feel like the narratives are there's like so many bullish narratives versus last time. You know what I mean? I think the last bull run that we were starting had a pullback because of COVID.
Yeah.
If COVID didn't happen, then I don't think we would have had that sharp dip. You know what I mean? But again, because like, think about it, like COVID was first announced New York City, January. People were like, okay, COVID's crazy and all this stuff. Okay, then people are talking about, okay, we need to stay indoors. The market crashes briefly, and then for like a month or two, and then stimulus starts getting out there and all this stuff. So I don't think we have that. This time we have like good news after good news. Obviously anything can happen, right? But you talked about like, okay, if there's a black swan, something could happen. But COVID's as big of a black swan as you can have. So I don't think any black swan's going to pull us out of a bull run, completely, unless like literally nukes are going everywhere. then it's different.
I think there's three things potentially. If the United States, right now we had a bunch of warmongers, it seems like, that are at the head here, and it seems like if China tried to take Taiwan, or if we got into, like today, there was like they launched missiles at a country today in the Middle East, at the bottom of the Red Sea. I forget the name of the country.
The U.S.
The U.S. and England together. So it's just like, it just seems so scary, man, that like if there was a war announced tomorrow, by the Biden administration, that's a black swan event. We're going
Yeah,
down.
but I don't think it affects us the same way that the Russia-Ukraine war that announced, because we were at
Yeah.
the end. We were at the tail
Yeah.
end of just having
bull
like
run.
this huge, yeah, exactly, right. It's actually, that was probably the start of the bear market,
Yeah, it
right?
was.
And then Luna like just cascaded right into
Yeah.
that. And so, I think right now, we don't have any COVID coming up, thank God. We don't have any like imminent like war situations that we know of, right?
Yeah.
Things could happen. We have the ETF that just got announced, and then a lot of people are bullish on how that's going to play out. Then
Yep.
we got the halvening, right? That's a huge event, right? So now
Yeah.
the ETF can play and like kind of hold Bitcoin over until like we got 3 months.
Yeah.
We got 3
Yep.
months, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And then once that happens, it's not going to do anything right whenever the halvening happens,
Yeah.
the date. It's going to be afterwards, right? But during this whole time, we get to play in Bitcoin DeFi land or ordinal
Yeah.
land, OrdFi, whatever you want to call it. And
Until we
so I
get
think
there.
it's going to be a fun time, man.
And we're about 95 days away from the halving. Obviously, it's on a block and not on a day, so that day could change. But as of right now, that block is 95 days away with the 10-minute block.
Increments.
So increments, exactly. So yeah, man. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what happens next. And I'm at the point now where I'm not really looking forward as much as I was. I'm kind of like trying to enjoy every day, because I remember I was doing that a lot in the last bear market, and it kind of messed me up. Guys, when we get into this bull market, just enjoy every single day, because I felt the depths of the bear market, and now I just want to sit and enjoy the bull market. I'm going to take it day by day and just kind of enjoy it all the way through, and it should be very enjoyable. It feels like Christmas, man. It feels like I am so ready for the bull run. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And it's crazy because we're still talking about the Bitcoin ETF going live today.
Yeah.
And to some people, it was a little bit of a disappointment because they expected everybody wants that huge green candle, right?
The 10K.
Yeah, we didn't get it, but it's okay because like this, in my opinion, is going to be something that we're going to see over the next couple of weeks to a month or however long, right? But other markets within crypto saw some positive gains, right?
Ethereum did, yeah.
And I think it's because this was such a big win for the overall space, saying, okay, Bitcoin is crypto's officially an asset class through Bitcoin being an ETF, right? And so in the end, I feel like this is a big win for the overall space.
I agree. Huge win for the entire space. I mean, this is something 15 years in the making. I think the Winklevoss tried to get this in, I think 2013, and they got denied. And then they end up doing like some different type of ETF where it was like a basket of stuff. But it was So I mean, they tried to get that in 2013, and we have one now in 2024, almost 11 years. So congratulations to those guys who
got it done. Get her done.
Yeah, man.
Well, I think we can roll into this topic because this kind of I want to know what your opinion is here. Vanguard came out and said that they're not allowing clients to buy, have access or exposure to Bitcoin ETF, but they're allowing, them to sell their GBTC, right?
Yeah.
So, what are you thinking here? And also their statement is because they didn't align with their what did they say? It didn't align with their morals or something along the lines of that or something, right?
Yeah.
And so, what do you think about that? Do you see more and more kind of follow this route, or is this kind of do you feel like this is a little bit of a psyop that they're doing?
This is kind of like a thing where they're mad that they don't have their own ETF, right? So it's kind of like oh, I don't want to play their game. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't invited. Like I didn't get mine done. Whatever. I just think that they are just being big babies about this, and I think people need to vote with their mouse and their keyboards. And apparently, I looked it up. It only takes about 5 minutes to transfer out of Vanguard and into a different one, whether it be Fidelity or something like that. 5 minutes max. Like my wife was telling me, it's barely no time at all to get out of Vanguard and into something else. So if Vanguard sees a lot of people leaving Vanguard, a lot of movement, that's going to stop very quickly. It's all about, you can be tough until you start losing money, and then your board of directors are like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah,
So
I think
it's only a matter of time before they start taking it.
Yeah, I think they're the second largest fund manager though behind BlackRock, right? And they're one of they're top 2 401k providers. So,
Yeah.
I think on my Twitter timeline, I saw about 4 to 5 different people say they transferred their 401k. They were just like, I transferred my 401k. It, like you said, it took 5 to 15 minutes around there. But I don't know how that works with like corporations that have, had Vanguard for so long and all the stuff. But it seemed like it's easy. And I think, once clients start to see their peers making a lot of money off of this, like a year down the road, 2 years down the road, they're going to be pissed and be like, my advisor should have probably, advised me to at least put like 1% of my portfolio in that, I should have just transferred my 401k over to another provider or whatever.
What's going to happen is they're going to come out with their own ETF, and it's going to be a little different than the other ones. And they're going to say this one is more safer to our clients. You know what I mean? It's going to be something like a basket of ETFs and a basket of, with the future ETFs and kind of combined, and that'll be their thing. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of see that happening. I feel like they're going to come up with something different and say this is the right way that protects clients or some shit.
Yeah.
But it'll end up being the same thing.
Yeah, and I think I've heard quite a bit of people that have an experience in TradFi say that, in the end, like 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 leaders in the Bitcoin ETF offerings. There might be some other smaller ones that offer it, but they might be brokers or something like, you know what I mean? But they'll be like the main ones. Like we know BlackRock's going to be a main one. And if Vanguard chooses to do so, they will probably be a main one because they're just so huge.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
yeah, man. Let's jump to our comments right here. Make sure everyone knows that we are live. Shout out Mr. Sheedy. What's up? What's up?
What up?
Nick Lane in the house. And we got Crypto Doozy. Let's go. And we have Bullish Zig always supporting. What's up, Bullish?
Boy.
Abdul United. Rare Satoshis, please. Sure.
We can get into that.
We get to that. And then we got Mr. Sheedy again, throwing his name in the hat. Guys, if you want to, we're going to give away some stuff at the end. If you want to be in it, just add your name to add your Twitter handle to the comments, and we will put them on the wheel later. We got Quentin Noob, and then we have Ethereum Blockchain. Hey, guys, Zane Floyd. And we AOD Art. Shout out AOD. Always supporting us, man. Shout them out. Abdul again. Mike's World. Always in here.
Mike?
Love Mike, man. And then we have Steamy J. Always supporting, and we have the DeFi guy at Star to the Moon. And we have Level Up Tech. Hey guys, interesting right now. Definitely. And we got our man J25 in the house.
J25
going live. J25. Yep. And then
we have the frog.
And we have a Green Man in the house. Our boy Danny Boy Nelson, always supporting. Shout out Danny, one of our members. Guys, if you want to become a member, just click the little join button. You can become members that way. Become like Danny, because Danny is the man. And we have Dr. Claus. And see if anybody else. And then we got CPH. Shout out everyone in the comments right now. And definitely hope to see. All right.
You want to let's kind of talk about rare sats a little bit. I'm going to pull up, see what they're going for.
They're definitely going down since they popped up.
Oh, 100%. Node monkeys getting gullet punched.
Yeah, man.
Gullet punched. But so is Bitmaps. Bitmaps has been pulled back. All right, let's jump into some rare sats here. First of all, guys, I love rare sats because I have the collectibles background in my family. I collected cards, sports cards growing up, memorabilia, and so the rare stats really, I love them. But all right, so let's check out what the uncommons are going for. So the floor is 0.0084. See what that comes out to be. 0.0084. So $387 for
up there.
But you know what, man? I was thinking about this because rare sats have the same exact supply as bitmaps. What's the price of bitmaps? 0041?
It's
Oh,
like
37,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 37.
0037. So 170.
Yeah,
So, but I remember before bitmaps kind of took off, uncommons have always been like at that $100
yeah.
mark, right? Like before they took off to this point. And that always kind of baffled me because I'm like, okay, well, they're the same amount of supply theoretically
Yeah.
as bitmaps, but why were they higher? What do you think? Do you think they were harder to obtain?
Well, yeah, I just think that bitmaps are the most liquid asset, and I think it's really, really easy if you need liquidity, that bitmaps is so easy to get. Like, say if you want to buy something and you're sitting on bitmaps, your bitmaps will sell so quickly. Rare sats just take a while to sell. So it's just one of those things where when you're selling your rare sats, you're putting them at a value that, because you know they're hard to sell, you're not willing to go down because they're not going to keep dropping. You know, bitmaps potentially, if you do sell them, you can buy them back potentially cheaper,
Yeah.
right now, because if you're looking in that day, because people do dump and then they go back up and they dump, go back up. They're so liquid.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I
I
think
have a
that's
different
one.
I have a different theory on why I think that they're valued higher. And it's because with bitmaps, they're all out there. They're all
Well,
out there. Like everybody's holding some. Like
yeah.
there's not any that no one's holding. But with uncommons, there's still a lot out there that like people are trying to, sift through and
Yeah.
find and all stuff. So true circulation, there's just less. You know what I mean?
Well,
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. Well, to your point, how many does Michael Saylor have that have will maybe never move? How many does Coinbase have that potentially would never move? You know what I mean?
Ye-
Or how much does all these custodians that are just like, hey, we're not going through that. We're not, too many Bitcoin in there. Not going to worry about one little couple uncommons. So yeah, you're probably right about that. Like the actual circulating supply of people that actually know that they have them is probably like 10% of the bitmaps.
Yeah, and we can check that I think on Magistat. Shout out to Quarry
Yeah.
Magistat. Quarry is, by the way, guys. Follow Quarry. I think that his
Yeah.
tag. He
Yep.
is the rare sat connoisseur. He is
Yep.
the expert. So this is his site. He's the founder of Magistat. Let's check out. See if we can pull up a circulating supply of uncommons here.
And Quarry is actually dropping a full 10K uncommon collection.
Yeah.
So that should be
So
insane.
it's not available because it's hard to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're gonna have to like go through wallets and wallets to be able to figure it out. So but the total supply is the same as bitmap. So I think these, especially in my opinion, now I think uncommons can make ordinals and stuff because I know you like to inscribe on them sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it will obviously increase the value of those, but I think the virgin uncommons in the future are going to be very valuable. But who knows? Because maybe later on, people will, if this becomes a big thing, people will look for them and there will be more in circulation. Could that be
Yep.
possible?
Yeah, definitely. I think when they get to a certain amount, and Michael Saylor's like, you tell me I can sell all these uncommons and get another Bitcoin or get another like 10K Bitcoin from these, potentially, 100,000 uncommons that I hold. So that could be something, because he has what, over 100,000 Bitcoin, and I'm sure he probably has, at least 50,000 uncommons, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm telling you guys, the collectors market and industry, we have seen nothing yet. Just because like these are on the chain, like immutable forever.
yeah,
We're gonna start to see, in my opinion, I'm predicting it right now. We're gonna start to see traditional like sports card companies come over here because you can now inscribe a digital rookie card
yeah,
on a Satoshi on that player's rookie draft day.
yeah,
That's a rookie card, right? And then you can do it in different with different, like an uncommon as well, right? So
yeah.
I just it gets me so excited because this is way different than ETH in my opinion in terms of collectability. It's just Bitcoin is where it's at, dude. I was on OpenSea today, and I was like, I want to get off of here like yesterday. I came back to Magic Eden, and I was like, I feel at home, and I was like, I love DeFi, like before, but it's just different here. You feel connected to the assets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can definitely see what you're
I don't
saying.
know. I felt like I was really passionate just now.
Well, we got
give me something to sell. I can sell anything right now to anybody. No.
I got some old people that you can sell Bitcoin to.
Yeah, I saw your the banner you made. That was a good one.
We're both going just like that. A bunch of old people rushing to Bitcoin shirts on. Shout out ChatGPT, man. If you want to make some freaking cool art, man, ChatGPT is the place.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I do want to kind of talk real quick again. So Magisat, in my opinion, has like the best information to kind of look at here. You can see that these are all uncommons, but if you see one that says alpha uncommon, the alpha represents it's the first Satoshi of a Bitcoin. And then the uncommon is the first Satoshi of a block. So the alpha uncommon is both, right? So that's pretty cool, I think. But yeah, and you can go to categories and check out all the different ones here. I love the palindromes because I think those are going to be worth good later. But some of them have really high supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna go next.
All right. I want to talk about something that's been kind of popping up recently. So, if you guys are familiar with Bunzi, which if you've been in the space for a while, he's been here. He was all about Bitcoin summer and mullets. I remember he would always post about that. But Bunzi and I believe Jake Gallen and a couple other guys, when Ordinals was first starting to get really popular, they in BRC20 launched, they were like, how can we create a swap? How can we create?
Yeah.
And when I first got here in late April, OmniSat was one of the first sites that was talking about building a swap for BRC20s. I messed around with it and I was like, okay. And it seemed like it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah. Well, little did we know is that they were building quietly and they've been running testnet now. And so I believe that you guys can reach out to them and request testnet, and you can get your testnet BTC. But the objective here is to use BTC to purchase BRC20s in a swap environment. And it's supposed to be pretty seamless. There's a couple of people on my timeline.
I don't think you need to reach out at all. I think you're ready to go.
Just go to you want to try something? Try it.
I mean, I can't hold on. I just don't want to show my wallet or whatever. But yeah,
okay.
Let me check it out. But because I gotta switch to testnet, connect wallet.
But yeah, those guys have been cooking behind the scenes, and Jake is a guy that we both really respect a lot. He has just a really, really deep knowledge of NFT history and just in the space in general. And the fact that he's kind of involved with this just gives me, in my opinion, just more credit. And Bunzi's Bunzi, right? He's been in the space and he has a good rep too. And so we'll kind of see how this functions. But yeah, so, and this is supposedly, it says no modules, no bridging, no nothing. And I guess it's just a layer 1 swap, right? Or something.
Yeah, I mean, about to find out. So I just got some coins. Okay, I got some testnet now tokens, and it probably is it gotta wait a full block? Is it kind of like testnet?
I mean, I would imagine just because if it's a true testnet, it should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you use like Unisat wallet?
Yeah, I'm all hooked up. I got my Unisat wallet in here. I'm ready to go, but my Bitcoin balance is still 0.0, even though it said it's sending 0.0008.
So if you're in testnet, you can hide the screen real quick. If you're in testnet, just pull down your Unisat wallet, hit view history, and you can see that view history. Click that, and it'll show you the block. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Still unconfirmed, and
you can click that. There you go. So
okay.
You got.
So it should be good.
Yeah, I mean that mempool shouldn't be too slow.
I don't know, man. Testnet's popping these days, bro.
Yeah. Super testnet.
But guys, definitely check this out. I mean, let's definitely, if OmniSwap is anything, what I mean, if it's backed by Jake Gallen and Bunzi and stuff like that, like I think that's pretty good people right there. So,
And it's a different group of people
yeah,
that is like you don't really expect it, right? It kind of came out of nowhere.
I got it.
All right. What you gonna buy? What you gonna buy?
Looks like I'm just buying sat. How many sat can I get for 0.0001? I don't even have enough.
No, yeah.
I don't have enough to even.
How much did you try to get?
So there was each link, I guess, only gives you a little. So let me
well, you can
try
cut down. You can cut down how much you want to buy.
No, I mean, I guess
Is that
so.
the
Yeah,
is
right?
that the minimum?
No, okay. I can go
Yeah.
less.
Yeah, do that. So you don't have to go through that
Okay.
Oh, it won't let you still?
It's 8 zeros, right? What's that? 0001.
Yeah.
User funds. Yeah, I need to get more testnet BTC.
Oh, interesting.
So let's try this one.
Yeah. So I mean, if this is something that's it's going to be a contender, it's going to be competing with what Unisat, what other, and then you got dot swap. So right now you have the three that I know of in terms of actual swaps. Do you know of any other?
Let me see. I mean, just Jeffrey's layer 2 and stuff like that. That's common. Nothing on layer 1 that you didn't mention.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really think. What was that one that was working? That reached out to us? Was that dot swap? No, I don't think it was dot swap. It was the other one. Is it BBDX or something?
A recent one?
He's been around for a while. I think it's BXDX or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the ohms people. Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. But in my opinion, if it's something that's working really smoothly and stuff, then everybody would start using it, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing with me. It's like you'll know the swap that ends up winning because people will like run to it.
Yeah.
And they'll start using it and all that stuff, which
I hate these damn things. I feel like they're childproof. Let's try this one. What the hell letter is that? ZYZ?
What is that, dude? That looks like
read this shit.
That looks like a horns. Somebody just scribbles chicken scratch.
No, seriously. TMBSD.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go to the the comments here. All right, we got Mr. Sheedy. Have you seen the VV app? Day with Marvel and Star Wars and USPS stamps and cars. I have Back to the Future DeLorean. I can fly around in AR. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is though.
What up, Bobby Witt? That's good. What's A25 say? App. With some appetizers.
Apple.
Oh.
Apple. Are Bitcoin punks undervalued? I think the curse punks are. What about you? Do you think the Bitcoin punks in general are undervalued? You love those.
Hate punks. I hate punks, man. Anything with a punk on it, I won't touch with your money. I'm just not interested. That's last cycle's thing. Bitcoin punks, Ethereum punks, Solana punks, they're all just punks. I don't know. Not a fan.
Yeah, I mean undervalued. I think because they're a copy, or if you want to say derivative, or they're not really a derivative because it's the same exact art, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all just it's kind of like how the Goosenal has a thing. They have their own like punk generator.
Yeah, so I don't. What's their inscription number here? Inscription number 32,000, man. Gosh. So by the inscription number, they're undervalued.
Yeah.
But because it's the punks, it's like probably kind of right where it needs to be, which is 0.04, $1,800 floor. But damn, if this was any other like collection, imagine if this was like Shids. I feel like
Yeah.
if this was Shids, you know, 10,000 like Shids, this price would be like at least $5,000 or something.
Yeah.
Because of the inscription number.
Yep.
But
because
because
it's
it's
punks.
yeah, you know, so I hope hopefully that answered your question there.
Yeah. Got another question here. Do you guys know anything about BRC 420 Elks? We were just talking about this. So Elks, this is the Elks.
I
I
think
don't really know
aren't we
much.
doing something about it?
Oh yeah, I'm giving away a few Elks today. I'm gonna
He's
give
giving
away
away
2
a
Elks.
couple of these
They are
to some very
85%.
luckies.
They're 85% minted out right now. So getting close now. It's 10,000 collection, $18 a piece. Yeah,
Well, talk
957
about like
holders.
there's some connection with
Yeah.
Litecoin.
So, if you go to the website, and I don't know how to read Chinese yet. I'm still learning, but there's
Rosetta
something
Stone,
going
bro.
on.
Rosetta Stone.
There's something going on with the LTC 20 and Elks. I don't know if it's going to be another like a something that's going to get you to like a LTC 20 layer 2 with. I'm not sure. I don't know what any of this stuff says. Looks like
Yeah, they should have like a translate to English or something.
I know.
No?
But nothing's really clickable either besides this. Don't know what this is, but
Oh, maybe
I'm
you can
guessing-
mint something.
I don't know, man. I wish I
Yeah.
knew.
But
get ChatGPT later. Actually,
yeah, I was talking to Shizzy about this before the show, and I mean, I'm really in this mindset that these UTXO chains are going to like start to like blow up once like the liquidity comes in.
Yeah.
He said okay. J25 has a good comment here. I want to post this up. Litecoin inscriptions is rough. Be careful over there. Had a pretty bumpy ride there a month ago or so. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe Litecoin might not be the best environment. J25, if you could comment, what's rough about it? Is it the technology or is it just the projects over there? They're not, you know, no one. People are just pumping and dumping. Is that what you mean, or once you get a chance, if you could give a response there.
So I found that the first one is token name. So it looks like the site lets you
mint maybe mint like LTC or deploy LTC tokens or something.
Yeah, so I'm doing the translator right now, and I'm gonna pop this one in there. So this is what this means. And then yeah, it's looking like it's letting you mint LTC 20s. I don't get why that has anything to do with Elks though.
Well, maybe it's just saying that like that's their asset on Bitcoin, but their project is on Litecoin. But J25, appreciate you following up with that. It says that he was going through indexing issues, marketplaces, MIA, and then also months behind Doginals. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of like if you've messed around with different inscription environments,
yeah,
Doginals is obviously the second largest behind Bitcoin Ordinals. There's other ones that are starting to grow. I'd like to see Litecoin like thrive just because it was like the second crypto that I got into that was like you know, I got into Bitcoin in 2013, bought some crap coins like Feathercoin and stuff like that, but like Litecoin was my next one in 2017 just because it's like a legacy OG. I want to see it like kind of have its little time to shine.
Yeah, man. I don't know what they're doing with this, but these are just the translations.
All right. I think BitRens had a question. Let's see.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I'll let you start this off.
I'm down a lot of money on this, guys.
So the question for the audience is: Are you guys still bullish on Atomicals? So I'll let Shizzy give his answer, and then I'll give mine afterwards.
Oh man. Am I bullish? So you're not gonna like my answer here, and the answer is I don't know. It's seriously I don't know if I'm still bullish on it. I haven't when I'm down this bad, especially on things like Realm when I was buying it for 90 cents and Electron at like 7 cents or 0.007. For me at this point, if I sold this now for any reason and this came back, that would hurt more than holding this to 0. You know what I mean? So to me, leaving
That's
Atomicals
more about
now,
strategy. So that's
I'm just talking about
your
like
strategy, right?
I'm just talking about the pains in my stomach. Like I think if I sold today and Monday this thing pumped back to where I bought it at, that would hurt more than just holding this thing and then just saying to see what happens in a year from now, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not going to 0.
So no, I don't
Um,
think it's going to 0 either. But I'm just saying that's just kind of how my mind is. Is like I'd rather sit and keep dealing with this dip than selling now and like having to like live that pump and not be a part of it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah. Well, for me, my perspective on Atomicals is it is a ecosystem already within
Yeah,
itself, right? It's pretty organized, right? Like it's
yeah.
not like indexers are good. Everything's pretty organized. There's infrastructure there.
There's
I just think right now, people kind of took their focus a bit off of it because
yeah,
they, kind of went back on ordinals, but also even like the ordinal space right now is kind of bleeding out still. I mean,
yeah,
look at like the top ordinal collections. You got the frogs at like
yeah, yeah,
0.195. Node monkeys drop down to 0.16. Everything's kind of the BRC20s
yeah,
are other than Ordi and stuff like that. So I feel like Atomicals will have its moment. It's going to be whenever the masses come over
yeah,
here and they're like, I can't get into BRC20s because it's too late. What can I get into? Well, you can get into TAP and you can get into Atomicals,
yeah,
right? And so they're going to choose, and there's going to be enough liquidity, in my opinion, when Bitcoin's at like 200,000 or 150,000, to where Atomicals will have its moment. It's going to have
yeah.
its moment for sure.
Yeah, man. And to answer your question too, is like so I don't know about if I'm still bullish on the ARC20s, but I am definitely still bullish on the toothies. I'm very, very bullish on toothies. I'm not saying that because I own these, but I think being the first is huge. And once these get over on Magic Eden and other marketplaces that do a lot more volume for ordinal type of NFTs like these ones, then I am very bullish on this number with the because they have a different number than the ordinals do. So I'm very bullish on the first, which is toothies, and this price does not bother me whatsoever. That is down. It was at 2,000, now it's down, but that happened to the frogs too, right? So it's one of those things where I am very excited to see where this goes in the future, and I'm definitely holding my toothies long term. But the
Yeah.
tokens, it seems like there's a new token every freaking day. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Well, and
look at it.
you
It's
have
like,
to, yeah, there is new tokens. There's a lot of new tokens. I mean, there's tons of BRC20s. You know what I mean? There's
yeah,
tons of BRC20s. But the difference is all the tokens over here, for the most part, now it seems like they're all being mined through proof of work, right?
yeah,
So people that have their like proof of work set up, it's almost kind of like it sucks because it's like they're getting all the mints, right? They're doing all the mints and then they're selling it on secondary right away because that's like their quick profit. So I think
yeah,
the early ones will do well and the ones with utility eventually will do well. But what's the next step for this ecosystem for ARC20s? Are they going to like try to bridge to a layer 2 to be able to move them around? Or people said using this what is it called, UTXO model
yeah,
token, you should be more flexible to actually put in an actual swap on layer 1, but we'll have to
yeah.
see.
Yeah, man. I'm curious what happens next. Like I said, I'm just gonna hold everything that I have. I'm not in dire need of any money or anything. So for me, I'm just kind of sitting over here and just waiting. I'm hoping it doesn't bleed too bad against Bitcoin, but at the same time, I think the future is bright for all layer one assets. So I think on Bitcoin. So I think that yeah, just this is
Adam
waiting game.
Adam gets down to $3. Are you buying?
Hell yeah. Adam gets down to $5 I'm buying. Adam gets half of what it is right now I'm buying for sure.
Okay, so I think that's a pretty clear answer.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
I'm bullish on Adam for sure. I like the first narrative. But if Realm dropped in half again, I'm not buying more.
okay, but so you would buy Adam if it dropped to $5.
First is first, yeah. Adam's the only one.
But still, that means that you have faith in the protocol.
Well, I missed Adam last time, and I don't want to miss it again.
You're giving mixed signals, Shizzy.
I know. God damn it! No, it's just one of those things where it's like bullish on Adam, bearish on all the other ARC20 coins because there's a freaking new coin every damn day.
Yeah, but there's not gonna just be one successful ARC20, bro.
Well, hold on. But these are all ARC meme tokens. None of these have a damn project besides freaking what's the one? Rex.
But that wasn't his question. His question was, are we bullish on atomicals? Like, you know what I'm saying?
The
like
protocol
he's not,
or the ARC20s. I guess that would be my question.
That's the part of the ecosystem, right? So
yeah,
let's say that like I think right now you're thinking of like the tokens that you invested in, right?
Yeah,
like tokens that you bought into. But I'm talking about ARC20 and atomicals as a whole.
Well, I'll tell you what though.
Are you not?
I'm done buying things without teams behind them on ARC20s. Right, if it doesn't have a team behind it, and Adam to me has has Arthur and those guys. That's the only reason I say that. If it doesn't have a team, I'm not even touching it anymore. I think that part of the cycle is done for me. I think that was all fun and games, and that we're on the next leg of the cycle, which is more things with more teams and VCs and stuff behind it. And I want to get into an Atomical project that has potentially backers behind it. That is my next thing. Bearish on all types of meme coins going further until it gets later in the cycle.
Yeah. One last point. You talked about Realm. It's at 29 cents right now.
Yeah.
And this is pretty much the low of the low that we've seen since we've gotten involved with ARC20s, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 21 million supply with Realm.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about another similar token on the other side. Now, granted, Track has a team.
You can't compare Track with Realm.
We can definitely compare price. We could definitely compare price.
That's not fair though, because
why?
Track has a team. Because Track has a team.
But Realm should be at like 5 cents right now. Then, if you compare it to other BRC20s that ever jumped up that high with no team, it dropped down to like 5 cents or lower, 10 cents or lower. Nothing kept.
I get your point.
Nothing kept that like it's at 30 cents right now. It's at 30 cents. It's at 30 cents.
There's a ton of liquidity in this market still. That's
where I think, you know, we can't compare these the same way as other tokens, because like even though some of them don't have teams, they're still holding a floor. And also, you know, it's different because each sat is colored by one of these Realm tokens, right? It's sat per token. So I'm just talking about on a technical, fundamental, and like fundamental price. Like, I'm actually shocked that Realm hasn't tanked all the way down to like 5 cents.
No, you're right. It is.
There's no team behind it, but because it's held that, to me, I'm optimistic that once Atomicals and ARCs start to get liquidity in there again, Realm's all the way back to 60 cents, and then possibly, you know, higher and higher. Because you know what I mean. It's also the second token, so.
I hate it right now though. I put it at fucking 90. So for me it's like, and I think it just ruined the monetization for the episode. But I just hate it. I want it to go back up to 90 so I can get the hell out without losing a penny. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just it's tough to be in stuff when it's something's like 70% down from where you bought it, you know?
Yeah.
And you just no longer believe in it. So
yeah. All right.
Shout out Hugo. He won our thing today. We did it last 10 days ago. We did a thing on Twitter. You dropped your Twitter handle in there for Miner. Yeah. So congratulations for Mineral, I guess, right? Mineral. But yeah, he won a Mineral. So congratulations, Hugo, on that win today, man. It was huge. And I had people hit me up like, did I win? Like, no, you did. Nope, he didn't win. Hugo won. But congratulations, buddy.
Congrats. All right. I think the last thing we have is just this old lady getting upset about the BTC ETH. I don't even want to hit on this too much long, but I just want to show what she said real quick.
Yeah, do your thing.
It says the SEC Gov is wrong on the law and wrong on the policy with respect to the Bitcoin ETF decision. If the SEC is going to let crypto burrow even deeper into our financial system, then it's more urgent than ever that crypto follow basic anti-money laundering rules. And my statement to that is she needs to look into the basic anti-money laundering rules for fiat, because there's way more of that happening over there than crypto.
She needs to just go away. I'm just so tired of her and her face. She drives around on private jets, but she makes $180,000 a year. She's the banking broad. She gives speeches to banks who don't give a rat's crap what she has to say. They just want her. They just want to be able to pay her money so she can kind of do their bidding for them. She's the banking broad. She used to be someone what people actually looked up to. And now she's just in it for the money grab. And it's sad to see where someone like that can go. And it's just sad to see the entire Democratic Party is now, in cahoots with the bankers, which 10 years ago was the complete opposite.
So. Yeah. And her whole spiel about like fighting for the people and the everyday people and all that stuff. And I mean,
she's fighting for her children's children. That's all she's fighting for.
Children's children. Yep. And also the 2 votes that voted against the ETF were both Dems, by the way. Not trying to get like political, because that's not what this show's about. But it just, it's just crazy because like, self-sovereignty and all that stuff is supposed to be for the people. And the ETF, it does take some of that away. I want to know what your thought was on that, because I heard Francis Dune, actually, shout out to him. He was talking, and he was like, the ETF actually takes the power away from us. We might, get more money. But at the end of the day, like, money does help you get more freedom and power.
But that, it'll take the power away from Bitcoin. Bitcoin will end up being a stable asset like gold eventually. I don't see that happening for at least another 2 cycles, which I think that is fine up there. But then now we have ordinals. Now we have other coins. Like Bitcoin is just one of the coins. It's the gas token and it's all that, but it's just one of the coins now that is running on this amazing. I call it like a cloud computing system, right? So it's it's the ultimate Amazon Web Service competitor, which is Bitcoin. And so the Bitcoin token is just one of the many coins now that will be running on this amazing cloud computing system. So we can have more coins like Ordi and stuff like that. So that's fine. You know what I mean? Like they can have that one, because we're gonna make money inside the system with amazing projects and stuff that's actually being built and developed on layer 2 and things like that. So I'm excited. They can buy up all the Bitcoin and pump our bags and all that stuff. So that's fine. So I'm not worried.
Yeah. And that's interesting that you said that, because it kind of reminded me of this post today by Bob Bodley. We've had him on the show. Super intelligent guy. He said, which of the following do you think is the stronger narrative now that we have the Bitcoin ETF? Number 1, Bitcoin ETF equals more inflows to Bitcoin equals higher Bitcoin price equals more attention on the Ordinals ecosystem equals Ordinals and BRC20 bags go up. Or, and I really hated this number 2, but it said Bitcoin ETF equals more inflows to Bitcoin via centralized institutions equals fewer inflows to Bitcoin via self-custodied solutions equals lower demand for block space on Bitcoin equals fewer miners equals lower hash rate equals more centralization on Bitcoin equals fewer eyes on Ordinals equals nightmare, is basically what he was saying. And you can see my response was 1 for sure. Can't stop this Ordinal bull run train. But what do you think about that?
Well, they need the fees, right? So that's a last thing that they want, because in about 2 or 3 halvings from now, the amount of Bitcoin that come out every 10 blocks will be, what's that, about 1.5 Bitcoin, right? So 1.5 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. They need the fees. And potentially by that point, the fees could be between 10 and 20 Bitcoin. So they're all about pleasing their board. They're all about making their clients money. For them to do anything that hurts ordinals would be go against everything that they stand for, which is stealing money from the public. So they if anything, they're gonna make gas fees super higher and on purpose, whether that's just wash trading the gas just so you have to keep paying more and more and more for every transaction. So
Well, I was thinking about like the reward, right? Because let's say Bitcoin gets to, let's just say hypothetically, Bitcoin gets to $1 million
yeah,
in 8 years, right? Or 10 years. Let's just say 10 years.
actually 4 years, but yeah,
I know, but let's just say
yeah.
years. So the block reward at that point is going to be down to what in 10 years from now? We're talking about to drop to what? 3?
That'll be 0.75, so that'll be about $750,000 per block.
I mean, imagine like this is where like it worries me is because there's going to be like conglomerates and like giants that are going to really like monopolize the mining industry. I feel like because $750,000 per block.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they are going to want to push those blocks out.
I mean, what is it right now per block? It's
6 times 250,000.
Yeah, 275,000.
I guess so.
So I mean, it's right there. And by the end of this cycle, it's going to be closer to $1 million. At the when it's in the threes, because if like I think Bitcoin gets up to 700K this cycle, I think that's my top point, and I think at that point everyone's going to be yelling for $1 million, and that'll be that'll be, hey, it's going to $1 million, as they're all selling at 700K.
Yeah,
but that is just what my personal view is.
So
I truly believe that we're going to hit 700K this cycle, man. I truly believe it.
That's crazy. That's crazy if we do, but man,
I
that's
did. Did you see the one thing I posted today about that? I know it wasn't. That's not a part of your question, and I didn't mean to.
No, you're
pop
good.
That up, but
show it to me. Let me see.
Yeah, but I got so bullish when I saw this thing, and it's not Plan B.
Plan C.
Well, I don't know who it is, but
I'm just kidding.
Where is it? There it is.
So when miners were hurting for money, real quick before you pop this, well, we can talk about that. So when miners were hurting to pay their bills, remember that was like what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Not even 19K, 18K. So that was
I mean, there were still
2022.
So one block they get around 120,000, but the reason why they were hurting is because to get a block, it's competitive, right?
Yeah.
And so you're looking at like like let's just say like a smaller mining operation.
Yeah.
I wonder like how many like blocks they average per month. You know what I mean? Because like if you think that it's probably not like 120,000, but you got to pay for the warehouse and all all that stuff, energy costs.
Yeah. So it has to be a profitable because you're joining these pools, right? You're not just doing it yourself and trying to get lucky. You're actually joining these pools. Depending on what pool you join, that's what you're going to win. Some pools win more than others.
The hash rate is what wins, right?
Not always. So just because one has a stronger hash rate, they might win majority of the blocks, but you could see like 5 blocks in a row go into someone else, and then they kind of get back on track again. You know what I mean? Like it's very random how it happens. Like if you go to mempool.space, you can see who won each block, which is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
But
Abdul says he'll call his kid Shizzy if we hit 700K.
Dude, so hold on. So Abdul, you're gonna name your kid Shizzy, buddy, because it's gonna happen. So this is what I truly this is from Bit Harrington. He said every single thing has been a 5, right? Every single one, it's gone past the 5. So you get the 500, the 5,000, the 50,000, which we just did, go right over. So if we do the same thing, I mean, look at the other ones, right? The other ones they flew up past it. We just did it. This is SBF and that bull crap that they were pulling, and we're probably going to see something that BlackRock pulls too. So I'm not suggesting that anything like that, but I see us hitting up here, and if we just pass it just like we did there, that is potentially $750,000. We are hitting this line, guys. Whether it's 500 or 700, we are hitting this gosh darn line up here. And you guys are all going to name your kids after me, apparently, because I almost guarantee it that we are going to hit above 500K.
That'd be crazy, dude. If we
it's
hit
happening.
That.
It's happening. It's
So
100% happening.
So in 2025 is what the target is?
So the line starts. So if it does anything like this, it looks like they all have this little gap in between, right? They all have that little gap. So if we gap, it looks like what I want to say March of 2025. It's looking like a year, about 13 months from today, Bitcoin will be at 500K, above 500K.
Wow.
And what would be the market cap of Bitcoin at 500K? I think that puts us directly with gold, if I'm not wrong.
Let me see. You said 500K?
500K Bitcoin times 21 million. The market cap, I think, is going to be around 10 trillion, if I'm not.
10.5 trillion.
Yeah, so that's right where gold is today. And gold, I think, will be a lot higher as well. So we'll still be under gold. But I think that Bitcoin has some catching up to do to gold because it is the better gold. And I truly believe that Bitcoin is over 500K in 13 months, if not sooner.
That would be nuts for real, though. Because, like, when you think about, like, a lot of these, price estimations or like guesses and stuff, the ones that are like highest are the ones that like seem outrageous because they never hit. But this chart to me is like, it's like looking at like the rainbow chart or like the Gaussian channel, to where it's like once it gets into this range, dude, it's like 99% that it's going to do this because it's always done that previously. And that's what I'm looking at, I feel like, here, which is, I mean, it's good news for everybody.
And you got to remember too, is like this is the first time in history that we now have pension funds able to buy Bitcoin. We have 401ks, which people are 401k rich but bank account poor, right? So they're now can go in their Roth IRA and buy Bitcoin. This is the first time in history we're opening it up to thousands and hundreds of thousands of new customers, right? Who have FOMO last time, and they were 401k rich, but bank account poor, right? Because they have, their company matches, and they can't touch it without a penalty and all this stuff. So they're afraid to take a loan out on it because they don't want another bill payment. And, they're afraid of the penalty to do, like a withdrawal and stuff like that. So this is the first time in history they could take their Roth or whatever and actually use it to buy something that will actually go up. This is the first time in history where these greasy scumbags who sell these products are actually going to be selling something good to people, something that'll actually be good to these people, and not something that's just going to go down over time or down against the dollar. This is something that will always go up against the dollar, because the dollar is worth less until it's worthless, right? So Bitcoin is going to over 500K, and I'm willing to bet it all. And I do. Yeah. I have everything. Everything is in crypto and Bitcoin. So,
what would the dip be though? Like, after we hit that Pico top, right?
So this is about half. So it looks like the dip is going to be around 180K.
That's a damn good dip.
I mean, that's 75%.
Yeah, but it isn't. I mean, like, I'm talking about good, as in like it's good. But it's relative, right? It's always relative to like what we know now. We're sitting at 46K. So 180K being the next bear market price of Bitcoin is an amazing price, right? But it won't seem amazing because we would have hit 500K.
Yeah. And there's going to be some multi-billionaire who buys in at 750K, right? Because you need buyers to have sellers, and he's going to be so mad when it drops down to 180 because he just bought 100 of them. You know what I mean? Because he's a multi-billionaire, and so they're going to be the billionaires for the first time in history are going to be our exit liquidity. Smart money is going to be dumb money's exit liquidity.
Well, dude, that's such a strong statement, because everybody says that this is going to be the largest transfer of wealth that we've ever in history, right? And a lot of the people that are saying that are saying the transfer of wealth is going to come from like, you know, hopefully they're going to be like in their last years, but like, you know, it's the next generation kind of transfer of wealth. Like the younger generation understand that Bitcoin is going to be that asset. It's their gold, right? Which is crazy because gold has been around and gold has held that position for like centuries, right? But now this is like going to be, you know, it's going to be the next thing, man.
Well, Bitcoin is finite supply. Gold is not, right? There will always be more gold. There will always be more gold. And Bitcoin in 100 years, Bitcoin's done. Like there will never be another, you know, 8 ounce of Bitcoin after the final halving, or I guess you could say 0.00008 of a Bitcoin when it hits that last halving. It's done. It's finite. It's going. And every single day, people lose Bitcoin. So to say there's 19 million Bitcoin in circulation is bullcrap. There's probably closer to 10, right? So and all of our market caps are always going to be 21 million and stuff like that. But in reality, there's probably like 3 or 4 million, if not more, that are completely lost. And there's a million in Satoshi's wallet that'll never be moved.
That we know of.
I don't think it will.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like the future's definitely bright, man. I'm glad I'm where I am right now.
Unless Craig Wright finds his keys, right?
Yep. Exactly, right. I mean, he said he lost his keys.
Well, that's what he's saying. He said he threw him over a bridge or something. Like
okay. That isn't that a coincidence? Isn't that a coincidence, Mr. Satoshi?
Yeah.
But
well, hold on. Somebody said something earlier. We have breaking news, guys. Breaking news from Level Up Tech. Elizabeth Warren is Satoshi.
Not breaking though. That was a week ago. Yeah. So Mr. Sheedy thinks that you know, he's asking our opinion, but he also says that he thinks that fees will drop. High fees will kill activity. Nobody will move anything unless absolutely necessary, in his opinion. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, because like we saw the last cycle, we know that people were like paying $500. Shoot, I remember. This is gonna make me sound stupid, but like I think everybody was stupid because they were making money, and I remember spending like $600-$700 on a transaction for gas. You know, and I moved like
I never went that high.
I think it was like off of like, you know, 10 grand or between 10 and 20, somewhere around there, and the gas was just really high. Now, you know, like for you, like what do you like? Do you see Bitcoin's gas getting like way higher than that? Like how Ethereum's run was? Because like if Bitcoin's that high, the gas is gonna be relative, right?
Well,
to the price of Bitcoin
and
activity.
In the words of the great poet Sam Sage, memful fees are high AI, right? So no, I think gas fees are going to be insane. I think you'll be paying $600 to $800 for a transaction. It cost me close to $700 to move one whole Bitcoin when I was transferring it to my hardware wallet. So because it was on so many different UTXOs, and now it's all in one UTXO. I figured out how to do that. But at the point when I did that, it was on like, I don't know, 65 different ones because I sold a little here, sold a little, sold there. So and now it's all in one. But I think $600 fees on Bitcoin could be a possibility at really high times.
Yeah. You know, so what Mr. Sheedy says, I think that I don't think the fees are going to drop. I think that fees are going to be high, but I think people are going to be making be rolling in dough. So there's going to be some groups of people that will still like trade ordinals and stuff and spend $1,000 on gas, which are like fees, which is nuts, right? But we haven't experienced it yet, so we're just kind of visualizing that, right?
Well, we have about 11 or 12 layer 2s that are building, and I think most trading will happen on these layer 2s, but you will see people going from the layer 2 to get back on Bitcoin for security purposes. And I think that is going to be where most transactions are done. But I think going in and out of Bitcoin will be the only transactions that happen on layer 1. In my opinion, I think the days of trading on layer 1 Bitcoin will be done around like 200K. It would just be too expensive.
Yeah. You know, and another thing too, I think like these Bitcoin layer 1 assets right now, we still kind of view them like in the crypto mindset of like
Yeah.
DeFi, right? From before. But I think that's going to change over time, right? It's already changed for me some, right? Because of the collectability and all that stuff that I mentioned.
Yeah.
But, you know, and this might be a poor example, but you know, Leonidas talks about like how ordinals is kind of like how jewelry was with gold,
Yeah.
right? But in a sense, it is, right? Because like at first, I'm pretty sure like in the 1500s or whenever like gold was first like abundant, right? Or whatever. It was probably before that. But and then someone like made a pair of earrings out of like a gold bar and they're like, you're so stupid, why would you do that? You're gonna like
Yeah.
waste your like precious gold on earrings. But then earrings
Exactly.
became highly sought after as pure gold. That's how I look like how these sats being inscribed data on, because it's
Yep.
not just Bitcoin now. It's like you're paying for the data space that you're taking up on the chain that you
Yep.
bring up all the time, you
Yep.
know? And we're going through like a whole movement of change of perception. And I think like this is going to take about 10 years, but like our perception's going to change. It's already changed for me because we're in this every day. But I'm talking about for the regular everyday person. Once Bitcoin becomes main, like you said, someone's going to say, oh, wow, you have 100 million satoshis. They're going
Yeah.
to say that instead of one Bitcoin. People are
Yep.
going to be paying in satoshis because it's a smaller unit, which
Yep.
value would be more like equivalent to a small unit of fiat, right?
Exactly.
And so I think we're just going through a huge paradigm shift of reality, of what reality is going to be like, you know, perception and reality in the next like 10 years. It's going to be way
Yep.
different in 10 years from now.
Yeah. And yeah, yeah, to your point too, is like in 10 years from now, like Bitcoin to me is going to be usable at all, everywhere you go, they're going to say we take Bitcoin. You're going to see that everywhere, hotels, everywhere, because they're all, Bitcoin's going to be so scarce that if you're willing to, use it instead of using the central bank digital currency that will be around by that point, then they're going to take it, and they're going to take it in droves because, the like I said before, the dollar will be worth less until it's worthless. So
Yeah. And I feel like the only reason like our Bitcoin hasn't been confiscated, like how the government did with gold back in
yeah,
the 30s, I think the first time, and the second time was like in the 60s or
yeah,
around there, is because they can't. Because like they can't. What are they gonna do? They're gonna be like,
yeah,
I know you have Bitcoin, give it to me. No, I don't.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and it's in
yep,
your hardware wallet somewhere, like 10 miles away at your brother's house
yeah.
or something. You know?
Well, you know what I would do? I would smash my hardware wallet, step on it, right? Because I have, let's say you have 24 words, maybe put 6 words somewhere, 6 words somewhere else, 6 words somewhere else, and 6 words somewhere else, and it's like good luck. And then if you do find it, I memorized it. So even if you are looking for it, I can go get a hardware wallet, pop my words in, and get it out before you touch it anyway. Good luck. So
Yep. Man, we've gone over our hour. We're in the after
yeah,
hours
we're in
now.
the Ordinal After Hours. This is where we do shots.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Do we want to get some giveaways going?
Yeah. I meant to do that, but then we got into some really cool topics, and I totally forgot. But you want to cover some Unisat stuff? Maybe go over some BRC20s while I get everyone's name ready.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's check out the Unisat BRC20 market. Excuse me. All right. Sats is number one with ooh, didn't know that was on. Emergency 911. No, Sats is number one with 7.44% increase in volume on the 24-hour, sitting at 6 zeros and 6.4. So it's really been kind of hovering around 5.5 and 6, but it seems like it's bumping up a little bit. We really got to get back into like the mid 7s to 8 to kind of get where we were. Ordi seems to be more aggressive in terms of so it's about $75, still a little bit down, I guess, because it was hovering around 80 not long ago. Ordi came in number 2 with an increase of 1.91% in volume. Then you have Track at number 3, down 0.10, sitting at probably $4. Yep, $4.72. So Track to me is one of those that I'm still really bullish on. I feel like Benny has done a great job in terms of getting the funding that he needed, and now like if you go to their site, it just looks so much more robust. There's a lot going on there, and I think that like the branding and stuff is just really strong. So new people that come into this space, they're gonna know about Track. Track is gonna be one of the first names they know about, right? So I don't know. I'm still looking at that like first big, $30 target for me specifically. And then hopefully, it just continues up there. Ghosty comes in at number 4, up 4.02% on the 24-hour, sitting at 60 cents. Ghosty is one that like I feel like kind of follows Track trajectory a little bit. So we'll see what happens. They have a lot of users on their application. I know that last time I checked, they were over like 3 million in total value swapped, but you have people in the space talking about them. So we'll see what happens with them. Let's check out and see if there's any new ones. BMP is one that I was looking at. BMP is down to 1 cent. It's dropped a little bit. Wow. I'm a little bit shocked there. I mean, nothing is pumping in BRC20 land, so I'm not too shocked. But I definitely expected the sell pressure to slow down, just because there's no more claims there. So
yeah, that's rough, man. I didn't think it was going to drop that hard. Our 100 grand portfolio is not doing very well.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's doing well right now. Like it's really hard to take any profit in BRC20s right now until that next leg up happens. The only thing that you could really do is, in my opinion, is probably swing trade Ordi. Seems like a really pretty consistent swing between 70 and 80, right? And you could probably do the same thing with Sats, because Sats is swinging between 606 and then 607. So you can kind of swing between those two.
Yeah, for sure.
What else is there in here? Ords has been like a new hot one, man. This is the Ordi swap. Sitting at 11 cents. So I think last time we checked on that, it was around 3 or 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's check out Rats here. The Rat King is in the house.
Unofficial.
Yeah. So let me see what this is. Kraken 0.64. So $290 million market cap. Not too bad. I mean, it still amazes me that it's that high. $200 million market cap. It's wild, man. But I mean, Rats is on gate.io, isn't it?
Yep. It's one of the few ones over there. So yeah, definitely. All right, guys. We're gonna spin this wheel. I'm gonna go through real quick and make sure I have everyone. Wow, I don't got Mr. Sheedy on here. Gotta get Mr. Sheedy on here.
Did you get a varying viewpoint too?
Yeah, he's on there.
Okay, good.
I don't know how I missed Mr. Sheedy. Bullish Sig? I guess I missed the top ones.
Make sure you get Rick, because Rick just posted in there.
All right. What's up? What's Rick's thing? Rick, what's your
It's in there.
Is it? All right.
Did you get Ant-Man?
Missing a lot of them. Hold on. I gotta start at the top.
Well, they just posted 2 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to the bottom in a second. I just want to get because I was getting the middle, but I didn't get the top. You want to run through
Well, yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go over this. Could you please talk about WMAP? What is the benefit of wrapping Bitmap? What are we gonna do?
I love this question.
With wrapped coin? Can we stake it and earn interest, or is it just liquidity? So wrap map. Okay. So, one of the biggest, I guess, focuses of WMAP token was there's a lot of like Asian Chinese whales that wanted to get involved with Bitmap, but they didn't want to sit there and like, purchase 9 bitmaps at a time. That to them was not like, they didn't want to use their time for that, right? I mean, these are millionaires, so they were like, man, if there was a simple solution to where you could have Bitmap could be like in a token swap environment. That's what kind of started and sprouted this idea.
Yeah.
But because the whole concept is really coming from like a layer 2 that services Bitcoin layer 1 assets, I am pretty sure there's going to be staking mechanisms with it. Obviously, you do have to submit your bitmap to get the certain amount of tokens, but you should be able to stake those tokens. There's going to be a lot of builders coming on this layer 2 that bitmap.tech is going to build, right? And it's supposed to be coming up pretty soon.
We could wait, right? What I was hearing for the actual testing of it.
Yeah, and so like Minerals is a builder that's going to be on there, and they're doing all types of staking mechanisms with the Mineral BRC 420, right? So I mean, to answer your question, the benefits will be if you want to be able to trade tokens instead of bitmaps for liquidity, like you said, so it'll be quicker to be able to sell and be more convenient. Also, there will be staking mechanisms. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure with that.
Well, if there's not staking, there'll definitely be LP. So when it's layer 2, you're going to be trading LP. So you're going to be able to put that with your W420 or your Sats or whatever you put over there. Potentially you could have some other NFTs being wrapped as well. Maybe some Goosenals over there with some some different type of mechanism with that type of stuff. So I think bitmaps will be the number one token that people lock up, because you're going to be able to put that LP that with so many different projects and tokens that are already existing. So I think I'd rather have the WMAP token than the actual bitmaps themselves, just because the bitmaps just kind of sit there, and I'm going to be able to do a million things with these WMAP tokens.
Yep. Hopefully that answered your question there.
All right, we're gonna stop it here because I think the wheel is ready. The last one will be. I think that's it, right? Yeah, I got them all. Oh, hey, Chris, you're the last one, buddy. 248-29235. All right, I think everyone is on here. Let me bring up my screen.
All right, let me bring my page up real quick so I can take the notes.
Hope to see that. Did you see his second question? What was his second question?
Let me see. It's that one.
Okay.
If we still have to return the same number of tokens that we already liquidate, how is it good? What did I miss? Look, I mean, it's not going to be like BMP. So BMP is, since you own a bitmap, you get those tokens. But I think, in my opinion, the WMAP token is going to be at a much higher market cap than what BMP will get to.
Yeah.
Because people are actually putting their bitmaps up for them. Right. Yeah. And so there's going to be just more interest in it. And there's going to be more liquidity put into it. There's going to, in my opinion, it's going to be more of it's going to be like a beast of a token. Yeah. But we'll have to see. That's just my, that's my guess. Hopefully that answers your question there.
Yep.
All right. So for the first giveaway, we can do with, Chinese New Year's coming up, February 8th. I still have some Chinese red envelopes. So we'll start off with the first one will be a red envelope, dragon red envelope, BRC 420.
For a dragon red envelope. Come on down. Shout out Varying V. Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, Varying V. One of our OGs.
Yeah, man. And I'll be giving away one of these pretty little things. Got the Elks written on the neck. It has something to do with Litecoin. I don't know if it'll be successful, but I know the holder count is growing every single day.
What's the holder count right now?
957.
Okay, I think getting to 1,000 is important, so it
I
should.
think so too. And I think that's why they kind of slowed down the buying process of it, trying to get more holders in here because we have some whales in here as well, but it's only under 2%, so that's pretty good. To being the biggest whale, so I'm definitely see something happen with this. We'll see. And nothing could happen though, but I don't know. But anyway, getting back to my wheel over here, I'm gonna remove varying, and
Good
then
luck.
for an elk. Trending trends. Congratulations, buddy.
Trending trend X. All right. Awesome. All right, let's do another red dragon envelope.
Another red dragon. Rodriguez 9669. Congratulations.
And guys, we are going to try to message you. What is it? How many sixes is in there?
3 6s.
Okay. All right, and then
we love that.
We'll try to message you. But if we can't message you, if it won't let us, you're gonna have to, follow us or whatever has, you should follow us anyways because you're getting the thing.
I think if you do win, you just DM us. I mean, we're pretty easy to find. Yeah. Our Twitter handles are in the show notes right now, so you can check those out there. And if you don't DM us, we'll try to find you the best we can. But to make our lives easier, if you guys do win, just DM us.
All right.
How do you change this customize, right? Because I'll move this up a little bit, make it a little more dramatic. All right, yeah, that's fine. All right, for another one of those elks to get that holder count up. Let's go. Oh crap! Can't win again.
Did you not take them out?
No, I didn't take them off. I'll take them off.
You gotta take them off. Yeah, sorry about that, but you won one already just now.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Steamy J. Congratulations, buddy. And that's it, right? You got anything else?
Well, yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
It'll be a Resident Yagobi. Someone gets a win and use a Resident Yagobi in there.
You know, I'll give up a Shizzy as well. So,
all right, these are the last two.
Yep. For a Resident Yagobi. Danny Boy Nelson, congratulations.
Danny 216612. Yeah. Hey, I was on the brand account and it says that it's restricted right now for some reason. Hold on. Danny 216612.
That's weird. It's working fine for me. I don't know. What the hell? We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. We can figure it out afterwards, but that's weird. Oh man, hopefully we didn't get SIM swapped.
Oh no, I doubt it. I think we're good to go. We're not Gary G. But
all right, one last one.
One last one. Oh, we're live right now too.
We were. I don't know if we are anymore.
Triv EDU, congratulations.
At Triv EDU. All right, guys.
Yeah, man. And make sure you guys do us a favor and head over to ordinalrevolution.com. We always got some new articles up there.
Was it Triv or Truve? Sorry. It's okay.
I'll go back and watch the video.
Okay.
But guys, check out this. We have to always have new articles up here for you guys to check out. We want to be the your go-to news area here, and we also want to be your go-to store. So you go up here, go to the store here, and this is where you can kind of get, if you're interested, you can get your hats, your t-shirt, your Ordinals merchandise, your bitmap shirts, and things like that. So check that out if you are interested. You can even get cool coffee mugs to show that you you have a blue box. But yeah, blue box hoodie. We got some honk shirts. We got some mineral hoodies. Got some send nodes. Yeah. So definitely check that out for us. If you don't buy anything, just head over there, take a look for us. That would be amazing. All right. So that's the show. We got to figure out what happened to our Twitter. So that should be fun. But I just want to thank you guys for always supporting us. Thank you, 40 people here right now. I want to thank every single one of you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.
Ordinal revolution. Let's go.